Happy Friday. Welcome back or welcome to The Hawk and I am so grateful that it's Friday. It has been a wonderful week, and I have a beautiful weekend awaiting for me ahead. So I'm very excited. I'm also very excited to be here. I always miss you guys, and I say that all the time. I truly do miss my time here when we're not live together. I'm going to talk a little bit about the energy update, and then I'm going to jump into Ask the Medium because I love the questions that you guys throw at me, and it's always so fun to be here for you and give you guidance from the spirit dimensions energy for this weekend. um it feels like a big shedding, a big letting go of emotions. A lot of people are going to be processing things and letting go. And, if emotions are rising up with you, it is very important to honor them, and do some releasing and do some processing. And if there are people around you that are going to be letting go, and I think this may resonate more with you guys, is when other people are releasing and shedding their energy and shedding their emotions. It's going to be really important over the next couple days to just make sure that you are not absorbing that energy. When people are putting out an energy and releasing, yes, they need support, and yes, they may need a hug or a squeeze. But what you need to kind of remember is not to absorb their stuff. When we absorb energy from other people, it becomes a heavy feeling within us, and it's harder to support when we're absorbing that energy. So the people around you may be processing and letting go and doing their shedding work and their releasing work. Just observe, support without the absorbing of other people's stuff. And you may find that being out in public may bother you a little bit more this weekend, or big crowds might bother you a little bit more this weekend, or you may feel very drained with other people this weekend. When you're feeling drained, you're absorbing other people's stuff that's not yours. So mine, not mine, kind of thought processes. Just being able to offer support and holding the space, grounding yourself, but not absorbing what's not yours. And that is a beautiful way of helping people when you're not absorbing it, when you're not attaching yourself to other people's stuff. We can still help and support and offer our love and light and hold space. But absorbing is really hard on you, your energy, and on your physical body too. So just kind of stay in alignment with that. It can be hard sometimes, and I give you all my love and support to help you navigate and help other people, but try not to absorb other people's stuff. It doesn't serve you, and it does make it more difficult to be able to help and offer support when we're taking it on ourselves. And the other thing is we're all here learning lessons, and mm, we can't learn other people's lessons. We're only responsible for ourselves, and we can hold that space. So just kind of navigate through your weekend. If that comes up for you, just kind of navigate it with an observe and don't absorb. And if you're doing your own releasing, make it a little bit sacred. When we're shedding our stuff, if you can, apply a sacred energy to it, whether it be out in nature to let go, or down by the water, or back against a tree, whatever resonates with you. If you can kind of take yourself and just kind of give yourself some space and some time, yeah, that will also help those around you, because what we put out energetically, does have an impact on other people. And being energetically aware is huge. It's over the top huge. For those of you who are here this morning who are at the Divine Feminine workshop last night, our circle, sorry, it's a circle. It is absolutely profound. The love and the support and the encouragement and the cheering, and just being able to tap into that divine feminine energy, that softness, that gentleness, that compassion. And I'll say that group did really well with offering help and support, sharing their experiences on their journey, and they did it in such a loving way. They did it in their own lane. They did it with not absorbing other people's stuff. It was just so awesome to be part of that group last night. The Divine Feminine Circle, I will do another Zoom one in the new year. I'll be rotating them from Zoom to in person. And my long term goal is perhaps to do one in person and stream it on a Zoom meeting so that everybody can attend together and meet everybody and have some glorious fun that way. I'm going to scroll up to the top here and grab some questions. I am working this morning, and I'm grateful for that. So I have to watch the time. That's what she said. Thank you for last night, Lana. And thank you for attending. It was so lovely to see people. Kayla, how was your week? My week was absolutely delicious. There has been a lot of creativity energy between Spirit and I. There seems to be a new momentum between the Spirit and I. It was absolutely glorious. Kayla, I hope that you're doing well. I'm going to ground myself today and let go of energy that's not serving me. Beautiful. This week was rough. I've been so drained and aggravated. And some releasing, attach some releasing energy to that, Miss Kayla. Give it back to give it to the earth. The earth can absorb it and turn and take that energy and change it into a love for yourself and a love for other people. And Kayla, for whatever reason, I feel like I need to say, be gentle with Kayla. Just be gentle. Hold her in some love and light. Remind her that she's doing the best that she can. Remind her that the aggravation is just temporary, that you're learning and growing, and this is all new. You haven't been here before, Kayla, in this timeline. This is new. It's new for all of us. Excuse me. And you haven't been here before. So just kind of soften that a little bit. Lana, nice to catch you in the stream. It's so good to have you here, Silver Baby Wolf. Erin, Shy can't make it. She's visiting her grandpa in the hospital. She wants to know if you can help, if you can feel into whether he's going to be around much longer. Shy, we're all sending you and Grandpa some love and light and some support. And it feels very fragile to me. I feel like there's a big fragile energy that is around him. And I always Spirit doesn't always tell me when people are leaving either. Sometimes that's a big unknown. It can be like a bit of it's a privacy thing too on whether or not he's leaving. But I do feel that enjoying your time with him, enjoying your memories with him, talking and sharing, and kind of leaning into that. I feel that it's really important. That's kind of how it feels for me right now, is enjoy the power of now with Grandpa, and know that you're surrounded by love and light, and so is he. Any advice you can give about grounding myself while trying to grieve the loss of my mother? It's been hard for me lately. Thank you very much for posting your question, and our sincere condolences and holding you in love and light while you grieve. And one thing that I think is really important, and I feel that you are, is that you're giving yourself that time and the space and permission to be able to sit, to work through the grief, and to be able to acknowledge, that you're grieving. And I think that is, something to acknowledge within yourself. I'm giving myself the time. Grounding yourself, I always say, well, what resonates with you. Because if it doesn't resonate with you, it won't work. So one thing, I'll give you some suggestions. Nature is huge. I know, depending on where you are, it can be cold and wet right now. But even just a few moments, standing outside, back against a tree, simply breathing. I like to ground myself with a little bit of meditation music. Nature sounds. If it's too cold or too wet for you to get out, nature sounds are very grounded. I also want to just kind of tap into what may help you here is when you sit in the vibration or the energy of mom, and thinking back on, the positive moments and the good memories, and really wrapping yourself up in that energy, because that's where spirit is. They are, and I have this discussion weekly. They are very much, happy and grateful and surrounded by love and light and peace. And they're here, and they're always helping us and navigating us, and they celebrate their lives, and they celebrate their learning, and they celebrate their experiences here, and they're truly not gone. So if you can kind of tap into a little bit of that, of holding yourself in that, wrapping yourself in that energy of just knowing that, they're not gone physically, yes, but their energy and their soul is very much present, supporting you and cheering for you. And I also feel that mom, I'm just tapping into mom's energy here for a minute, if that's okay with you. When I tap into mom, I feel this readiness, this preparation. I feel like she was ready and prepared, and I feel like she is trying to give you the energy of peace and closure and okay. Like I feel like I'm very much okay. She's also showing me the number seven. So is there any significance to the month of July or the seventh of any month? And she's also showing me the month of May as being significant anniversary, birthday, or passing. I hope that you found that helpful, my dear. Matriarch Astrology, good morning, Lynn. Any messages from my spirit team, ancestors before your ayahuasca ceremony? That's coming up next week, eh? Oh my goodness, you'll have to make sure that you update us that when you get back. I really feel, and I feel like your trust factor is quite strong. I feel a little bit of wobble, and fair enough. I feel like I've just got to kind of remind yourself that trust is always there for you, and you're standing in it. I also feel like I need to say, when we have these kinds of experience, I feel like I've got to surrender control. So I don't know if you're struggling with lack of control with this experience, or having, or not knowing how, if I can control it. I feel like the big lesson here is to step out of control. And as humans, we do. I think every one of us, does struggle at some level with that control piece. And on our spiritual journey, a big part of that growth and leap forward is surrendering control. So I feel like this ayahuasca ceremony is going to help you with that. I feel like there's a new transition with that. And I also feel like I have to say to you, no expectations. Just go in with pure allowing. I'm going to have an experience, and am I like it? I may not. And I feel like I just have to say, when you try anything, I'll try anything once, twice if I like it. I feel like I need to. That's kind of this is what this kind of showing you is, you don't have control. You don't need control. I'm gonna have an experience with no expectations. I feel like this lesson is going to, after this ayahuasca ceremony, is going to be very, very transformative for you. I feel like you're going to have that aha moment. I've worked through a little bit more of surrendering the control. And I just want to talk a bit more about control. As humans, we feel safe in it, which is why we try to control things. We want to feel safe. We don't like the unknown. We have fear of what might be coming, so we want to control it as a buffer. It's our safe place. And it's sometimes, that benefits us, but quite often it doesn't, because then it creates this resistance energy, and there is so much that is out of our control. And when we learn to kind of go with the flow and the power of now, it really helps navigate that, and it literally changes your experience with spirit. When I put down the desire, the need, when I let go, that is when the momentum really picked up for me. And if I find myself trying to hang on again, I literally practice letting go, because it's a very normal reaction. Got to control it. I got to be safe. Got to control it. I want to know the outcome. Got to control it. So that creates a resistance. So when you find yourself in that alignment of needing to control or wanting all the answers, remind yourself, I'm just trying to create a safe space for me. I'm safe. I am safe, and I can allow what needs to come and what needs to go. Sometimes things do need to go, you guys. Right? Right? Sometimes things do need to go. Um, I can't wait to hear about that. I can't wait to hear matriarch astrology. I can't wait to hear when you come back. I'm staying home alone because of the weather. I won't be around anyone in the physical. Enjoy that hot cup of tea and a snuggle up blanket. Ooh, and a book. That would be absolutely delicious. It's awfully damp and cool here today. And yesterday I had went outside and I could smell snow. I didn't see a snowflake, but I could smell it. You can smell it coming. um, and I'm very much okay with that. But I would prefer if it would just snow and get cold rather than this dampness. So much love back to you, Miss Miranda. Elena, hello, Anne. I keep getting sick. I keep getting sick, and the doctors have not been helpful. Does Spirit have any advice? Wish I had been at the feminine circle next time. Absolutely, Elena, next time. Um, I just want to have a lean in there for a moment. Elena, so I feel, and I just got pushed back up to the conversation that I just had. So I just feel like With the immune system, I do feel like there's an energetically it's connected. And I feel like I have to, you don't have to answer here on the chat, but I just, you can answer in your mind if you wish. I feel like there's still some letting go and that holding on to stuff that doesn't serve you, and your physical body's responding to it. I also feel with the immune system part, I feel like I need to bump up your energy. I feel it's energetic. As you know, and as well, there's a physical world component, but I'm pulled more over to the energetic component. I feel like it's a lot of release stuff, and I feel like it's like I've got to really acknowledge it and really allow it. I'm just going to let go. I'm going to let go. And I feel like it's almost like once you get into a regular pattern of it, even daily, and I have daily letting go practices. I don't want to carry anything from day to day. So I feel like if I can just turn up the volume, Elena, on your letting go, because I don't feel it connected to anything wrong with the physical body. It's more of the energetic body that's trying to release and that's trying to let go. I also feel, and you may wrinkle your nose up at me, but I feel like I can taste celery juice, with a splash of lime in it. I feel like that might help a little bit as well. There's something there that will help move that physical, whether it be congestion or issues that you're having with getting sick. Try that. I don't know why, but try that celery juice as well. And I know you know this. I'm not a doctor, but that's just what I'm feeling right now. I wish I made it to the divine feminine. I was yesterday. I was handling stressful things. We will do another one. Wes last night felt very good. Thank you, Wes, for your feedback. Tabitha. Oh, another one I wish I could attend at work next time. Absolutely. And there will always be more. And there's always, I always say, trust the reasons. You weren't meant to be there. You weren't meant to be there. Next time, Shelby Strokes, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you who offered comforting words and thoughts on Monday for my sister and her husband who were involved in a car accident that resulted in a child's death. We will continue, Shelby, sending you love and support, and holding that space for you and for them. Okay, I lost my spot. TJ, I've always felt the pull to move to Nova Scotia. However, recently it feels like the needle is spinning and I can't help but feel it has to do with my dad's health. Any insight? That's your intuition. I really feel intuitively that there's a reason why that hasn't unraveled yet for you. I feel like you're connecting intuitively to it. That it's just not quite time. That is connecting to my dad, and I feel like I have to say, PJ, you need to trust that. I feel because I do feel the not yet. I agree with you on that. I feel that not yet. Do I feel like Nova Scotia is on the radar for possibility? Yep, but I do agree with you. There's just a bit of a can't quite step into it, right? Is that how it feels to you, PJ? Because I just can't quite. Dad's health. I don't feel at the moment, I don't feel terrible with his health. But I do feel like I just feel like I'm leaning a little bit. Like I feel like there's that start of a decline there. Like I feel like I'm leaning a little bit, but I don't feel terrible with it. So, with that, it's the power of now. Again, the power of now is coming up a lot today. Right now, I feel like it's not time. I feel like it's not time, and I'm just going to trust that feeling that it's not quite time yet. And at some point, Nova Scotia will be there for me, and I feel like I just quite time yet. I do feel that quite. I can't even move a bit. I move a bit. Darn ads. Sorry, you guys with the ads. Does Spirit have any advice from how to get salespeople to stop bothering us at the door? It's really to protect my husband. Well, I'll tell you what I do to protect my door. And you have to be able to put down what your neighbors are going to think. I once a week I take some pink Himalayan salt and I sprinkle it at the top of my step. I also have some crystals for protection, and I also set the intention that salespeople are not welcome here. Um, I also have what do I have there? I have a tree of life. I do have a window beside my door, so I do have a tree of life crystal hanging for protection as well. And then I have a piece of selenite. So the salt is a protection from unwanted energy, and it's so funny, you guys, because in any anybody with negative energy who doesn't serve my highest good can't cross that salt line. And I have watched courier drivers, I have watched salespeople. They'll come up to the step. You can't really see the pink Himalayan salt, right? But I've watched them that come up the first step and they'll either drop the box and kind of push it. And I'm like, not meant to cross that salt line. And some courier drivers are able to step on to the top step. They're able to cross the line and drop. So it's really interesting to see how the that protects the energy of my front door from those who don't serve the highest good for my energetic fields. And I would also tap into, and I remember, Aaron, it's all about intention. So if salt or crystals don't resonate with you, try something that does. You can use a stick, a rock from the garden or from the forest, or anything that resonates with you, and set the intention of protection. And you can always, I don't know if you already have, but I would also put a do not disturb. There's nothing wrong with setting the boundaries. Please don't ring my doorbell. Um, yeah, I would try that, Aaron. Set your boundaries really nice and strong. 51 and sunny in Florida this morning. I could smell snow too. You know what? We haven't had so much sun here in the last 2 days, and I'm feeling that. Okay, where do we go? Shelby, she told me they were finally able to feel the positive vibes sent their way. I appreciate this group so much. Oh, I love that, Shelby. I love that so much. I answered Aaron. Elena, I just realized recently I've been doing the same thing, also getting sick. Take a look at what you're holding on to. I mean, yes, it is. Yes, it is cold and flu season, but sometimes it's energetic. Our body does speak to us. Releasing and letting go and giving ourselves a chance to recuperate energetically. How many of you, take that time to recuperate energetically? And I always say, take a look at your spiritual practices. Where are they? Are you using forms of protection, energetic protection? Are you surrounding yourself in white light? Where are you in that spiritual cleansing space, right? Hi Lana, new to your channel, welcome. Trish the dish, welcome, darling. My husband watches you. I was super close to my grandma Nana, who passed away a few years ago. I've had a lot of death in my family, looking for open messages and validation. Thank you very much for joining our channel here in our chat. Let's see what I can tap into. Oh, I'm smelling a lot of floral and a lot of roses. When I smell roses, I know it's a common flower, but sometimes it connects to a name. But there's a lot of floral. As soon as I tapped into, what you needed to hear, I could smell that. I could also, I can see planting new seeds of new growth. So have you, Trish, have you been on more of a little bit of growth journey? Like, I feel like you're test tasting a few things. Like, I feel like you're just kind of opening up and softening a little bit. So well done, you. I have to talk about who passed with a lung related. I'm right here in my chest, lung related passing. So, what's significant there? There's a significant to the month of April, and I want to go over to September. Significant anniversary, birthday, or passing. I also feel I also feel like I need to say to you that your grandmother heard you. So either you've been talking to her, or you were talking to her when she passed, or you're not sure if she heard you, because she needs to acknowledge that she heard you. I also I don't I try not to sing on the channel, but she's what she's saying is that singing is that song, "This Little Light of Mine, I'm gonna let it shine." There's something very significant with shining your own light, or shining with or a candle. Like she's really pushing that song. I can see a flame kind of flickering over here in my awareness. And also I have to talk about I'm really feeling my kidneys, or my like in my lower back area. So is there something significant with a kidney issue or a lower back issue that either someone's going through? I'm really, really aware of it there. I also have to talk to you about dreams. So have you had any dream messages, either waking up with a sense of comfort, waking up with a sense of someone's been here? I feel like they're trying to connect to you a lot through a lot of dreams. I also feel I'm also got a set. I don't know who's if it's knitting or crochet, but I keep having to do this with my hands, and it's long. I think it's a scarf. I don't know what it is, or there's something long that's coming down from the outway there, Trish. And I really need to remind you how loved you are. You are loved at such like both physical world and spirit dimensions. Man, you're surrounded by a lot. Like, I just literally got that overwhelming feeling of how loved you are. I hope you found that helpful there, Trish. And thank you again for joining us. Elena will drink celery juice. Also have a lot of letting go to do. There you go. And I'll try a daily ritual. Elena, create something that really resonates for you. Give yourself make yourself a little altar, or a little area where you can go and do something that you can let go. Burning is often, go outside to burn though. Burning is often very connected to, for many people, to let go, to write it down, let it go, burn it outside. But give yourself, a very sacred space. I think we don't hold ourselves in a sacred energy enough. There's, your feelings are sacred. You're at the essence of you is so sacred, and that's how spirit looks at us. Like, we are loved and held and honored so much, by the angels and guides, and we kind of need to kind of incorporate that into our own energy, into our own, way of living. You are so important and you matter so much, and being able to honor yourself. And I think that honoring yourself, Elena, I'm going to add that with the letting go. I think the honoring yourself is huge. So, Elena, have you also been like struggling a little bit with worthiness, or a little bit of being a little bit too hard on yourself, or a little bit too much? I don't feel it really heavy, but I feel like there's a sense of a little bit of self judgment there that I just need to soften and honor you. You're doing the best that you can from where you're standing, always. All right. How's the time? Oh, it's 5 to 9. Um, right, crochet, yes. Oh, there's Trish. Yes, she comes in my dreams. So Trish, you asked for a little bit of validation. There it is. She loved to sing. Oh, good. I'm glad she loved to sing. I love to sing. I just don't have. I don't have. I'm going to say this lovingly about myself. I wasn't blessed with a singing voice. I do love to sing, and it clears out the throat chakra for sure. But Trish, the dish. There you go. There's a little bit of validation for you. All right, I missed a bunch of messages here. Here we go. A sign that says no solicitors or peddlers helps too. Absolutely. Salt, crystals, signals. I do have no soliciting sign, but it's being ignored. Well, if you want to step it up a little bit, get yourself a little cauldron. Have fun with it, and get yourself a little cauldron, and just leave some incense burning in it, and you know. And just, I'm adding humor. This is humor, and I have over the years just, added a little bit of humor there to just kind of back people off my personal space. Um, I'm just having a think here, Aaron. Step it up. Step it up, make it more visible, with a little bit of spiritual practices. Make the sign bigger. I feel like I'm leaning more into the protection. Protect your space. I always protect my space. Okay. Tabitha, hi Lana. My boyfriend and I are going away for a few days. Do you see us having a good trip? Anything we should be aware of? Thank you. Tabitha, you're going to have a glorious trip. I think you're going to have a wonderful time. I feel like I need to I just absorb everything that's around you for that trip. Breathe. I feel like you both need to breathe. I already feel that there's a lot of honoring between the two of you, and honoring the relationship that's happening there, and happens anyway, that you're doing very good at. But I just feel like I have to, like, have fun, put your hair down. I just feel like it's like that's the energy that you're going to be in. Watch the thoughts of going back to things that don't, that are, that are coming up next week, or your busyness. Just kind of like put that down. Like, don't worry about next week or Monday. It's not here yet anyway. So why bother? Just watch that conversations don't go that lead into worry or concern or lack of. Just leave it there. Here it is. Pause the world for the couple days. Turn your phones off, or on mute for half, for part of the time, or only check them at the end of the day. Enjoy that time, salivate in it, frolic in it. All right, there we go. Just wanted to again say thank you, Lana, for this group. I appreciate it so much. Bless your hearts. You must sprinkle salt around the computer to keep this group so loving and filled with light. Um, I set an intention a long time ago, and I maintain that intention. Yeah, there's a couple crystals around me, but I set an intention. Intentions are powerful. That only people, who are open I never force myself on anybody or spirituality on anybody. Whoever needs, I set a little light. There's a light that I do set an intention. Whoever needs to hear from me today, spirit, please help me. I bring my spirit guides with me everywhere, so I'm surrounded by spirit guides that are participating and helping me and helping you. I always intentions are powerful, and when we bring in the vibration of worry, that's where the energy is going to go. So, and I've played with this 1,000,000,000 times, 1,000,000,000. uh, you know I've played with this so much to kind of, because I like to test things sometimes. I have played with energy so much that I know that if I bring in the vibration of worry, what if, and this and that, no one's going to want to hear from me, and all of that, that's where I'm going with this channel. So I just literally, whenever I log on, whoever needs me today, whoever needs each other today, let us gather. And I don't pull in any other energy. We pull in things that we don't want. Because if you are, if you are here, you've got some belief system with energy and spirit. And with that, we can manifest what we want. We can manifest what we don't want. I am very much okay with with not manifesting what I don't want. I have learned that path and learned that lesson over and over again. So I only stay in what I want. And I've said this before, this channel is so loving. It's an incredible community. And over the last couple of years, I've had four negative comments on the channel. That's nothing that is nothing for social media. I mean, some people get four negative comments in a minute, right? So I manifest it. Yeah, there's a few things. I do have a citrine crystal tree and some selenite, but that's about it. And I just trust. I just trust. Okay. PJ. I read that one. Sorry, PJ. Good morning, Lana. My beloved cat Sam passed away a few weeks ago. I just wondering if he has, if any messages from him. Number one, he's very much okay. That was the first thing. Sam, the man's okay. I just literally, I'm very much okay. I also feel that there's already been several visits from Sam. I feel like I checked into the spirit dimensions, and it's like, okay, I'll be back. I'm gonna come back in and spread some love. And I really feel on my right side, especially when you're sleeping, I'm in my right rib cage. I can feel Sam kind of like curled up there, or like really tight. Like I just snuggled right in. They're very much okay. And I feel like and I feel like this though. I feel like Sam's always been able to express gratitude for the life that he had with you. So there we go. All right, see where we go. I have to watch the time, you guys. Um, and I know there's a lot of questions here, you guys, and I do work very hard to get to as many as I can. Trish Rolanda said loved. I specifically got the phrase "love beyond measure," and I feel like I have to tell you, that's beautiful, Erin. I just sealed my front door with salt, and I'm burning incense to cleanse the space. Love that. Kayla, if I can just add to that, if that's okay, when we cleanse a space, make sure that you fill it back up. Don't leave it empty. So when we remove energy and and do a cleanse, I always visualize the vibration of love. Like I welcome in love. I fill the space back up with love. Only love and light can live here, right? That I always like to fill that space back up with something to replace any energy that has left. Um, it's just so important for me anyway, and that I do that because I want the space to feel, you know, like love. Smash that like button. Thank you so much, darling. Luminous Luxuries. Hi, Lynn. I always love to see what pendant you're wearing. Is that tourmaline or kunzite? No, it's called a melody stone or a super seven. And it's funny that you mentioned the stone. So I think I put it on yesterday too. I think I was wearing this for the Divine Feminine group last night. This is the first crystal that I ever bought myself. It's a super seven. And it is, it helps connect. It has many, many qualities. I won't go on and on. You can look it up if you guys like. But this is one of the very first crystal stones I ever wore. And I hadn't seen it in a long time, and it's quite tiny, and quite often I now wear bigger crystals. But yesterday I was getting ready for the Divine Feminine, and I always ask, what do I need, right? What do I need? What am I pull for my crystals? I never just grab. I always ask, and I hadn't seen this one. So I was standing over top of my dresser yesterday, and I was like, "Okay, what do I need?" And I wasn't getting a pull. I wasn't getting an answer. So I started looking in my jewelry box, and nope, nothing in there. And I'm like, "What's going on?" And so then I went to do something else, and I went back into my bedroom, and literally on the floor was this guy, and I haven't worn this in quite some time, and I didn't see it the first 2 times that I asked what I needed, and when I put it on yesterday, I just went into such a beautiful reflection of my journey with spirit and my mediumship, and I needed that. I needed to kinda sit and kind of acknowledge myself, and it's funny because that came up for me, I think it was last week on I did a Throwback Thursday on my Facebook page. I think I posted on Insta too. My very first business card appeared out of nowhere. I was doing some cleaning, and I was rummaging through drawers and doing a purge, and there was my very first business card. I had made it myself. Um, I literally, like, it was cute, you know, and then we didn't have the technology that we have today anyway, and I'm not very tech savvy anyway, but it's come up twice for me, in the last week, reflecting back, and it is beautiful to sit and honor that. So yes, but thank you. That's interesting that you noticed that. It's interesting. And I think I just want to say, to all of you guys, perhaps this weekend, give yourself a few moments to take a look at your growth, take a look at the lessons, take a look at how far you've come, and celebrate that. It's powerful, powerful stuff. Right? There we go. Len, I love your style. I'll definitely enjoy messing with people if I need it. Yeah, absolutely. Showing up naked at the door helps. Oh, that's a good one. Showing up at the door wearing nothing but a pair of socks and a crystal. Oh my gosh. I love the vibration of humor here this morning. Oh, I love, 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 love that. Love that. I finally seen you live. This is Doreen 888. Welcome, darling. Eli, does my great grandparents have any messages for me? I wish I could have met them, but I wish I could hug all my ancestors. You can. You can just simply hug them. Just grab a hold and hug. Kayla, I feel like they've been really pushing you for like a big part of your journey. Like the last several years, I feel like your ancestors have been really pushing you. And I think the biggest message is to march to the beat of your own drum. Do you. And there's, and they're proud of you and they're supporting you and you do you. And I really feel that permission space to, to take leap of faith and follow your own path without any guilt. I feel so I'm curious if you've been feeling that with I can do me and I'm safe to do me. I don't have any guilt on doing me. Debbie Jones, last week you provided a beautiful message that came to fruition yesterday at a work community event, feeling loved and appreciated for a wonderful career. I love that for you, Debbie, and I'm so happy that you're, at this crossroads on your journey. Debbie, I just feel like I need to kind of whisper in your ear. You're not really retiring. I think that I think that there's there's going to be a bit of a slowdown and a shift. But Debbie, I feel like just a pause for a little bit. Like I feel like you're going to like chill, and then I feel like there's something that's coming there with you, and it feels quite exciting. Different kind of vibe than the regular work world that you were in. But I feel like a momentum of it's my time. It's my time to shine. It's my time. Like there's something there. I gonna and it, that I'm connecting with, whether it be spiritual or something that you're thinking about. But I feel I don't feel you sitting in a rocking chair watching the sunset. I see you doing something with your time and your energy that's very much a beautiful gift. So just kind of remember that I said that. Remember that I said that. Okay. Guys, I have to go. Oh, it's 9:07. Okay, I'm gonna do a few more. I'm gonna push the limit here. I'm gonna push the limit. Luminous luxuries, Lynn. I always love to see. Okay, we wear that. Sorry, I read that one. I read that one. I read that one. Okay. Red Debbie Silverback Wolves. Oh, I feel that's that's such a lovely thing to share, Lynn. I might pick up that so other people might have good vibes when I stream games. I love that so much. Tabitha, thank you. It's been tough 1.5 months for both of us. We need to escape. Much love to all. Beautiful. Joy, if you have time, has spirit a message for me. Just feeling down because a lot of pain and the doctors can't find anything. And Joy, never apologize for being late. You get here when you get here. Always trust the timing of that. Um, Joy. I know. So I know that that you're struggling with this pain, and and I don't, and I'm not trying to discount it at all. Please know that, but I just feel like things are getting lighter. I feel there's something there with things are getting lighter. I feel like now you're going to navigate through this. I feel like there's going to be some kind of release or some kind of assistance. I feel like I have to just kind of keep you held in that trust, keep you connecting with positive people. I feel like I got to say, tighten up your support systems a little bit. Just, I don't know if you don't like to bother people or if you don't like, I just feel like I need to say, like lean in a little bit more releasing too, and just a little bit of gentle push with the medical world a little bit. Joy, I'm really feeling inflammatory. So, and I'm not a doctor, and I always disclose that, but I feel like I've got to say, have you tried removing inflammatory foods or kind of leaning into more of a medical mediumship with eating by intuitive? Like I feel like there's an inflammatory thing here that's kind of picking at me. Um, yeah, I can't move out of it. Like there's just something there that I need to get more playful, like leaning a little bit more on the holistic world. I just feel like I feel inflammatory. I don't know. I can't move out of that. All right, you guys. I know I didn't get to everyone. So I am going to pull over to our books here. All right, let's set some intentions on what do we need to hear from the angels. What do our angels and guides need to say? And I keep forgetting to bring home my oracle cards. I'm gonna write myself a note. I wanted to start pulling oracle cards, and I keep forgetting to grab my decks from my office. Maybe it's just not time to bring them yet. All right. 361. Oh, here we go. Your prayers about paying your bills and other earthly concerns have been heard and answered. Turn any worry into prayers for help. Ooh, I like that. Lean into abundance. 170. Congratulations on using affirmation prayers and other manifestation tools as they're working for you. Ooh, that's two on the manifestations. Two. Let's do another one. You're on the right path. 179, sorry. 179. You're on the right path for your divine life purpose. Continue with your visualizations and expect a happy outcome as your expectations are determining your future. That's three. That's three on manifesting. All right, let's have a sip of tea. All right. Intentions. Aaron, holy cow, that's for me. Bianca. Oh, I resonate with this. I love that mug. So do I, Kayla. And you see, I'm going to tell you something. So I try to implement my energy around what I want. And, I have been working on some new workshops. I've been working on getting some tour dates aligned. I've been working on some retreat stuff. And I've been really working on taking my growth deeper. So, one of the things what I do is I surround myself in that kind of energy. So, for me, the tree of life or a tree represents growth. And you can see the butterflies on there. That for me, that represents all the people that help me, and in the spirit, both spirit dimensions and the physical world. I always surround myself with the energy that I'm trying to bring in. It's in it, and I'm telling you right now, it's huge. And so I right now I'm really focused on the growth that's coming for 2025. I'm really focused. That's so I'm surrounding myself in that. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna be late. Spirit better like get me to work on time. I'll be fine. I'm just gonna trust it. Lizard. Oh, and it's a big one. It's a long one. I think it's a 2-pager, maybe even a 3-pager. Okay, here we go. Lizard. Pay attention to your dreams, especially recurrent themes or images, by keeping a dream journal and meditating on their meanings and messages. The situation calls for quiet. This situation calls for quiet and stillness until it's time to make your move. But when you do, you need to do it quickly and efficiently. This is an especially sensitive time right now, one where you're acutely aware of sights, sounds, and vibrations. So be extra careful about who you surround yourself with. That's true. Meditate and call upon a deep and ancient part of you, asking to be shown a vision of your life path. Ooh. Listen to your own intuition over anyone else's. This is a time to stay in the background, to be patient and not show your true colors. You're in a very positive change in your environment. Trust that what you see with your eyes is the truth rather than relying on what you hear or feel or what others claim to be true. Absolutely. Pay attention to a potential opportunity that will show up for you in the next day or two. And when it does, act quickly on it. Be careful about getting ahead of yourself and instead make sure you solidify anchored and are anchored before making any important solidly anchored, sorry, before making any important choices. Gecko. Record your dreams in a dream journal and spend a few minutes each morning contemplating and writing about their meaning. When you're in the midst of conflict, to be clear of your communication and strong about what you are and are not willing to do. Boundaries. The big B word. When you're tired and when you've tried to get through to someone or resolve a problem and it's not working, it's best to detach and move away from the situation. Don't hesitate to speak up if you have something to say, and don't automatically hold back for fear of others' disapproval. Regarding the task or project you're involved in, stick with it to completion. No matter how you're feeling, you'll reap the rewards when it's done. Singing or chanting will be very healing for you. Seek your spiritual nourishment by going inside yourself and dwelling for a while. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Let's see. I think I'm here on Monday. Let's double check. I think it's just an energy update, though. I think I am working Monday. Oh, it's the 25th of November on Monday. I will be here for an energy update and I'll take a few questions on Monday as well. As always, I'm wishing you love, light, blessings, and have a spirit guided day. Take care. I love you so much.